Welcome to day 30 out of our 30-day yoga challenge. I'm Beka, and if you want to do yoga in your living room along with me, let's roll out your mat, get into something comfy, and start off in a seated position, breathing deeply in and out, bringing full awareness into your body, relaxing your mind, and just let everything drift away. Breathe in pure warmth and energy, and exhaling stress. Get to the back of your mat and get into child's pose. Clasping your hands, interlacing your fingers behind your back, and then raise your hands high up into the sky, getting a really great stretch with your shoulders. Let your arms then reach back, letting your hands be heavy, pulling your torso up. Then exhale and lower the trunk of your body and your head back down to the mat. Breathe in and pull the trunk of your body up using the weight of your hands. Exhale, lowering down back slowly, pulling your hand over your head a little deeper. Sit up on your knees a bit. Let your hands come into prayer position behind your head, stretching out the backs of your upper arms, and then release fully down into child's pose, but with your hands forward. Pull yourself up into tabletop position. Warm up the wrists by making a circle first to the left and then to the right. Breathe in and pull your belly down to the ground. Exhale, pulling the spine up towards the ceiling, sucking your belly button close to the spine. Release the heart center and your chest down on the mat in puppy pose. Interlace your fingers except for your index finger, and then pull that behind your head, getting a nice deep stretch in the backs of your upper arm muscles. Lay forward into Sphinx pose, and then pull your body up into upward facing dog. Exhale and sit back on your heels. Inhale, catch a wave forward into upward facing dog. Exhale back into child's pose. Then tuck your feet and get into your first downward facing dog. Breathe deeply in and deeply out. Catch a wave and do a body roll forward into a high plank position. Exhale back into downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here a moment, enjoying the sensations of the pose. Then catch a wave, get back into high plank position. Rock forward slightly, bend the elbows, lower down, chaturanga. Pull your body up into upward facing dog. And sway to the left and right. Then tuck your chin under and curl up and back into your downward facing dog. Get up on your tippy toes, bend your knees, hop and float up to the front of the mat. Raise up into mountain pose, hands touch in the air. Then swan dive down into forward fold. Look up halfway with a flat back. Then pop back into plank, chaturanga, lower down. Pull up, upward facing dog. Curl back into downward facing dog. Lift the right leg high in the sky, stack the hips, bend the knee. Get up on the toe and pull the knee up and through, lowering your ankle by your left wrist into pigeon pose. Breathing deeply in and out, opening up the chest, then pull that up, step through the hands. Lean down into a low lunge or lizard lunge, and then rock back into triangle. Flexing the front foot, lowering the hips down, then lowering the hips or raising the hips up. Front foot is flexed, lean over top of that front foot. Let your hips become squared off. Change your wrist position and let your fingers point back towards your back foot. Release down into crescent lunge, arms high in the sky, and then step up to the front of the mat. Raise your left knee in towards your chest, and then cross your left ankle over your right hip, lowering the knee down to lotus position. I have a little trouble with my balance today. I think I have a bit of congestion in my head. But if you have issues with balance like I do, just keep trying. There's no right or wrong. Breathe in, arms up, lower down. Let's pull that left knee up again. Point the toe, the crown of your head straight to the sky. Standing lotus. Release if you can't keep it together like me. And now let's do a standing pigeon pose. If you're in your lotus position, just slide your ankle down a bit and open the knee to the side, lowering down, sitting, getting a great hip opening. Or get into your lotus position, and you can lower all the way down to the ground, doing a forward fold over top of your bent leg, and then sit back. And slowly get your hands up towards your heart center. This helped me get into the pose even with my balance being a little off today. Mountain pose, then forward fold, dive down. Bend your knees a bit. Pop back into a high plank position, and then transfer your hips back and up into downward facing dog. Raise the left leg high in the sky, then stack the hips, bending that left knee. Pull that left knee up and through, lowering your left ankle by your right wrist into pigeon pose. Have your chest up, your heart open. Then lift up the right knee so that your left foot can come in front of you. Raise the hands high in the sky in crescent lunge. Step up to the front of the mat, pulling the right knee in towards your chest. laying your right foot against your left hip, and let your knee fall down towards the ground to lotus position. And then slide your ankle down and open up your right knee to the right side into standing pigeon. And try it as many times as you can to get your balance to try to come into the pose. If you need to, get your hands down in the ground into a standing forward fold lotus position, if that helps. Then sit back into standing pigeon. Mountain pose, then down into forward fold, pop back into high plank, lower down chaturanga, upward facing dog, and then push back into downward facing dog. Lift up on the toes, bend the knees, hop to the front of the mat into forward fold. Open up your feet into hip width and grab your elbows and just sit or stand rather in ragdoll position. And then slowly lower your bum down and sit down on your mat. Put your hands behind your knees and let's do a few seated cat-cows. Then raise your legs up parallel with the ground and do boat position. Lower the feet down, step through, and let's get into a high, a crescent lunge with your right leg back, left leg forward. And now let's stretch these legs out on this side by exhaling, pulling the hips back, flexing the left foot into like a triangle pose, into a deep stretch, forward then into a deep lunge. Now get back into your triangle pose, point your fingertips to your feet, getting a slightly different experience. Then step forward into a forward fold. Pop back into high plank, lower down, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Tuck the chin, get back into downward facing dog. Walk your feet up to meet your hands and stand in a forward fold position. Sit back on your bum into a seated position on your mat once more. Put your hands behind your knees and then raise the feet up into to high boat position. If you can, straighten your legs. Arms go out. Activate your abdominals to hold the pose. Lower the feet down. Sit in crisscross position and do Sufi grinds. Slowly rock your sits bones front, side, back, around. First one way, then the other. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Place your right elbow on the outside of your left knee and look behind you, getting a deep spinal twist. Then cross and stack your knees on top of each other like firewood. And then lean over. Both feet are flexed to protect the knees. Raise up. And now let's do the other side, crossing your right ankle over your left knee. Put your hand behind you and your left elbow over the outside of your right knee and look behind you with a deep spinal twist. Stack your knees one on top of the other and lean over them, getting a deep stretch in your hip. Extend your arms forward, tint the fingers, and enjoy the stretch. Sit back up straight. Let's sit at the back of the mat and then come into tabletop. Transfer into downward facing dog. Breathing deeply in and deeply out. Come forward into a high plank position. Stack your feet, right hand in the center of your body. Do a side plank, pushing your hips to the ceiling. Come back to high plank. Lower the hips down into upward facing dog. Transfer back into downward facing dog. Pushing your chest close to the tops of your thighs. Come frontwards to high plank. Stack your feet, left hand down, right hand high in the sky, side plank. Step the foot front and come down into runner's lunge, first on one side and then the other. Extended leg is flexed. Straighten up into standing center straddle. Lower your body down and lay your head down on the mat. Straighten up and get into downward facing dog. Body roll forward into high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, body roll forward to high plank. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Lift up into cobra. And then sit back into child's pose and open your knees wide to allow space for your body. Roll a little side to side. Get up on your elbows. And let's do a little bit of a frog position. But add movement to where you're rocking back on your hips and forward on your elbows. Getting a deep stretch in the center of your legs. Bring your knees together and sit on your heels. Then sit your torso up on your heels and let's do camel. Put one hand on the back of your heel and then the other looking back, pushing your hips forward, arching the back. Come back up and now get into child's pose to neutralize that deep back bend. Massage your head against the mat, enjoying the massage on your face. Breathing deeply in and out. Lift up, hands reach high. Exhale, bring them down to heart center, elbows wide. Breathe in and breathe out. Get into a comfortable seated position and let your palms be face up on your knees. Close your eyes. Breathing deeply in positive energy. And notice the difference that you may feel in your body. Completely relax your mind and meditate, bringing awareness into the body. Thank you so much for practicing yoga along with me and going along on this yoga journey. Have a great day And Mabel and I love you very much. If you found any benefit from doing yoga along with me, I hope you'll like and subscribe.